Hey friends, I'm Natasha. Thank you so much for watching me live. I wanted to come on here and wish all of you guys happy Nurses Week. I know that I have so many friends from different hospitals who are on Facebook, and you're all nurses. I love you. So thankful for all that you're doing, especially during this time of crisis. I have my friend Ellie who's going to hop on this video with me. We have something super important to share with you guys. Not just nurses, but we're going to be focusing on nurses today. We have something super important to share with you guys, and she's going to help me get into it. So Facebook finally brought back its bring a friend feature for these live videos. So I tagged her, and hopefully she will be able to pop on here, or I might have to start over. Hey Ellie. And I'm gonna ask her some questions. It's gonna be kind of like interviews. Excited to see if this feature is gonna work again.
Hi.
Hey.
Hold on, let me put my headphones on.
Okay.
I wasn't ready.
That's okay. I'm so happy that this is working again.
I know. Oh my gosh, I know. Amy and I went live last night and I spent we just spent the first 4 minutes saying hi to each other. It's so silly because we can do this on Instagram, but it's more exciting over here.
Right. If you guys are watching this live, type live in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Ellie is a friend that I work with in my business, and she used to be a registered nurse. And Ellie, I kind of wanted to ask you, how did you even get into having an online business when you were already so busy as a nurse? You had a couple kids. Like, why was that appealing for you?
So it's so funny because, yeah, I'm also a nurse. I'm still registered in Virginia. I had to jump through all my hoops to get my Virginia nursing license. So I know we've talked about this before, but when I heard about direct sales, I kind of made fun of it because, yes, Erica, what's up? We can do it live on Facebook.
Hey,
um,
Erica.
I was messaging everyone last night like what? So I just made fun of it like I didn't see the value, and then I actually had a good friend who was doing a business, and she's like, "Well, if you like the products already, you could actually make money just by sharing them with friends." And I was like, "What? Really?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "What would you want to do?" And I'm like, "I want to work one less shift because I was already burnt out like have before kids I liked nursing but I was tired, but then after kids it was just I just struggled, and I was like I just want to work one less shift a week. So that's what initially got me into the business, was just the idea of like, okay, what's the harm of having extra money? I didn't have the ability to get a second job, honestly. Like I was already working so much, my kids were already in daycare so much, but we needed more income. And I was like, well, why not do something that I could do from my phone if the kids were in bed, if the kids were napping, if I was even like
Yeah.
on my break at work, why not? Like, I just didn't see any drawback. So that's what got me into it.
That's awesome. And how many years has it been now?
um, like 5 total. I've been with the hair and skin care company that we do now for a little over 2. So I joined in December of 2017, and I just really went all in. My biggest goal was not to have to go back to work as a nurse. I was like, I'm not putting my kids back in daycare. I'm not dealing with crazy schedules. I'm not dealing with working weekends. Like every job I looked at was like night shift, weekends, like all this. Hi,
Yeah,
Amy. And
sucks.
I was like, nope, nope, nope. So I went all in with this company in December of 2017. And I mean, within the first month, I had achieved that goal. I didn't need to have to go back to work as a nurse,
That's
which was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah. And then I just kept it up from there. So it's been, yeah, a little over 2 years now. So.
I mean, that's really cool. I feel like there's a lot of nurses that I've talked to recently who don't have full-time roles in hospitals. Maybe they do travel assignments, maybe they're per diem, maybe they're just working part-time. And the idea of like having to go back and work more right now because of the crisis and because their spouses have lost jobs or because they just need that extra money has been, I don't know if so much terrifying or just so much that they thought they wouldn't have to do that anymore. And a lot of nurses are having to go back into full-time roles and like make up for what their spouse is lacking. And, I'm just wondering how feasible you think this is for someone to do while still working like 1 or 2 days in the hospital. Can this help them bridge that gap of maybe that income that they lost from their spouse?
Oh, yeah. Well, so personally, I think it's very feasible. Just like with anything in life, you will get out of this what you put in. So it's one of those things that I always tell people like, okay, if you're looking for some side income, first of all, I would highly advise it. I mean, we've seen firsthand with this. You can't rely on any one source of income. You don't know when your job is about to end. I actually have several nurse friends who are not employed right now because not only have some quit their jobs because they were working in unsafe conditions, which I applaud them for doing because I know how
Yeah.
scary it is. I know how scary it is to give up on your one source of income. Like that takes guts, but they are like, I'm not going to sacrifice that. And then the second thing I know is a lot of nurses are actually unemployed right now because a lot of places have really low census. Elective surgeries are
Mm-hmm.
canceled. The urgent care that one of my good friends works at went from seeing 200 patients a day to 60. I'm like, that's insane.
It's
So a lot of
crazy.
nurses are laid off. And so
And a lot of
I
clinics are closed.
absolutely, yeah, exactly. So I absolutely think this is feasible. I think it's super important for people to see the value in. It's one of those things that's like, I love it because I can do it from my bed. I legit can share things on social media from my bed. I don't have to go anywhere. It's fun. I can do, Facebook Lives with people. I can share. And I mean, I always tell people if you want to be successful at a business like this, number one, you have to be coachable. You have to be willing to put in the work. And I
Great
knew that,
advice.
yeah, and I knew that about myself. So that when I found this team, I was like, oh, heck yes, because they had what I needed. They had the training, they had a great compensation plan, they had all that stuff. And I was like, okay, here I go. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, Ellie is the friend who first introduced me to this company, who got me started. And I feel like it wasn't so much that it was difficult to get started and to do while I was working full time. It was more that I just needed to believe that I could do it and really like commit to putting my best foot forward. And what was nice is Ellie and the other women on our team, I feel like literally held my hand to teach me what I needed to do, to teach me actually how to like talk to people on social media and share and post in a way that would be really warm and welcoming and still felt like it was true to like everything that I believed in. So I really appreciate getting that from you, Ellie, because I think it's also made it easier for me to show other women how to do it.
oh, you're welcome. The biggest thing for me is I think that we like believe in each other so much. And I found that that was so infectious is like, I've always been believed in. And that just makes such a difference to me because I feel like when people are believed in, they can shine. Because sometimes I'm
Totally.
scared. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But then I have people who are just a few steps ahead of me and they're like, you've got this. I'm like, okay. And like, anytime Natasha's ever come to me, I've been like, girl, you got this. Like, I know you can do this. And you have built such an awesome business. Your hair is amazing. You've helped so many people with hair and skin. And I'm like, that is so cool. And it's so cool too, because it's like, it gives you this level of confidence that I see so many women lacking. And that is like, it's so key because we know that we can count on ourselves. We know that when
Mm-hmm.
all else fails, we can count on ourselves. We know how to do our business. We know how to do marketing. We know how to do sales. Like those skills are invaluable. And even if it's not, because shampoo is essential, hello, but even if
Hello.
something happened to our company, we could still rock it because we have those skills. They've been taught to us and we've been able to teach other people how to do them. And so that's why I feel like with anybody, yes, of course, this is feasible, number one. Number two, don't you dare sit there and say, oh, well, that's not for me. I'm not good at that. If you've never actually been given the chance to learn it, because so many people, so many women discredit themselves, so many nurses discredit themselves. I mean, I know I did. I'm like, I wouldn't be good at that. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
nurse, or, I don't have the training. And it's like, of course, I'm not going to walk in, even as a registered nurse, I'm not going to walk into your job. I would suck. I would be very bad at taking care of babies in the NICU because I've never done that. Likewise, if you came to an oncology clinic and tried to give a chemotherapy infusion, you'd be like, whoa, because it's something that you haven't
Yeah.
been taught. So that's how I feel like with this business is like, of course it's feasible. If you're out there and you're looking for extra income, if you're out there and you're looking for a supportive community, if you're out there and you're looking for time freedom, money freedom, just learning the personal development, this is such a great thing to jump in with, especially now we're having massive growth. And I mean, you can see our hair, the products are working.
Yeah, they definitely
And
work.
yes, and they're just so, look at, are you looking at yourself? Yeah.
Hi.
She wants, can you say hi to Natasha? Oh, she wants some of my products. I got a box of products today. So she
Oh,
wants to
nice.
show them. Yeah. But yeah, I would say
She's
to
like your Vanna
anybody,
White.
she wants to show off the products. She always asks me every morning. She's like, "Can we use some products?" I'm like, "Sure, sure." But it's been so nice for me too because my kids see me. First of all, I'm home with them, and that is priceless. I mean, being able to stay at home with them and also earn a great income is amazing. And it's something that my mom didn't have. It's something that your mom didn't have. It's like we don't have, so many people didn't have this opportunity, and we have it now, but so many minds are still shut to it because they don't think it's possible. They think that, oh, they must be just, saying it. And I'm like, no, like this is legitimately a great business. Yeah, you got to put in the effort, you got to get in the work, but it is so worth it. And it's just been so much fun to build over the years. So I would say if any nurses out there, number one, y'all take ownership. Don't let somebody push you around. So many nurses are so scared to speak up for their rights because they don't want to lose their job. They don't want to let their patients down. When you signed up to be a nurse, you did not sign up to risk your life. You didn't. That was not your job. So
No.
I just wanted to be so clear about that because I see so many nurses, especially now, saying like, okay, we're heroes. I'm like, yes, you are, but you don't have to, set yourself on fire or to risk your own life, or to risk your own well-being to have success or to be able to help others. Hey, yes, we'll do painting
Yeah, I
today.
totally agree. And I think what's really important to remember is that if you can go to nursing school, if you can pass those tests, if you can stand on your feet for 12 hours, if you can learn all this complicated math and these formulas to figure out medication doses and infusions, then you can post on social media and share recommendations with people to help them have healthier beauty products. It's almost laughable the difference in how difficult that is compared to how difficult what we do is. And if we can do it, I think you guys can do it too.
Yeah, definitely. And then, someone else was telling me, I was like, why wouldn't you ever think about doing something like this? And she's like, well, I just don't know if it'd be worth it. And I'm like, I have to just tell you, the first time I saw my paycheck, I was shocked. I mean, my mouth
Same.
dropped because I was like, I never knew that you could actually make this type of money from something like this. And I was like, oh, now I know why everyone was talking it up. And so if you see Natasha and I out here, talking it up, we're not bragging. We are not saying, oh, look at me. We've both been in positions where we struggled to make income with the home-based business. We struggled to feel like our paychecks were significant. But this business, this team, there's so much income potential here. There's so much impact potential here. And it's something that even if you wanted to just add on something that could cover dinner out or a babysitter once a week, or even if you wanted to save up for a trip. I know that's been so fun for you. You've gotten to go on a lot of trips. And it's like, why not? For me, it's like, why not take advantage of something like that? You'll grow as a person. You'll help people. You can make an income while doing it. And so many of us are out here. We're making an income from our phones.
And you know what? And if you don't take advantage of it, someone else will. So why not you too?
Yes.
Well, Ellie, thank you so much for joining us. If you guys are just hopping on, you can go back and watch this. I'm hoping that Facebook will let me repost this so you can watch the whole thing later. But if you have questions or you just want to know more about what Ellie's talking about and what it's been like to be a part of this business, send me a message, send Ellie a message. We'd love to help give you more information you need to see if this is something that'll be for you or not.
Yay, I'm so happy we got to go live on Facebook.
I know. I can't wait to do this more often now.
I'm so excited. All right.
All right.
Thanks
Well,
for
thanks
having
for
me
hopping on
on.
with me, Ellie. Bye.
Bye.